Okay, so we're going to attempt to demo how to input your syllabus into the syllabus module in Canvas. And we have a open window here, and I've gone to the correct address, which in fact, why don't we just go to type in expression.instructure.com to demonstrate the fact that instructure is not in fact instructor. It's not even a real word, so you got to make sure that you get it right. So we are hosting our instance of Canvas on Instructure server, so it goes expression.instructure.com. That should take you to a login page. It may look different than this login page, but nonetheless you should be able to log in. You will then type in your Expression email address and your regular Expression system password. As you can see, these are pre-populated mine. I'm going to hit login. And that should land you at what it calls the user dashboard and recent activity. I have lots of recent activity because I'm involved with a lot of the GE classes that are now running, but yours will probably be a bit more Spartan looking. We can safely ignore what's going on the side here. What we really care about is going up to the courses and groups navigation in the top nav. And again, your courses and groups may look a lot more simple than mine, but hopefully you should see your course listed in here. If this is the very first time you've responded to your email, it may take you directly to the course. Okay. So this is not my course, this is Nikolai's course, but I'm going to do him a favor and set this up. So what we want to do is start with this very first home page, which is what you should arrive at once you've selected your course. As far as Canvas is concerned, this is the syllabus page, and that's why it says Edit Syllabus Description here. For our purposes, it's just going to be the start of the syllabus. We didn't want to have a really long syllabus page for obvious reasons. So we've broken it up. This is just going to be the welcome page component of the syllabus module. And we're really only going to concern ourselves with this section here. Resources are staying as they are. Schedule will become populated automatically as you attach dates to the content that you import. So kind of a nice feature of Canvas is that when you give an assignment a due date, for instance, it will appear in the calendar automatically, and it will also appear in the schedule as a part of a list. And then students can hit the Jump to Today button, and they can go to exactly where they need to be today. Anyway, back to our project, which I'm going to go ahead over here to the right and hit Edit Syllabus Description. And all of our content in the middle pane is now going to be put into a rich content editor. So first off, this header element is something that I, Jenny Stovall, the instructional designer, will create for each and every course, so you don't need to worry about that. Underneath that is a small table, and that's where we start to need to import some information from our syllabus. So I want to go over to the syllabus for PLS, and here it is. I've got it so that we're set to the information we need, which is the semester credit units and how many hours there are. Of course, we don't know where and when it's going to be till the last minute, so we're going to leave that information blank. I'm going to go back to the Canvas instance, and I'm going to input that information too, and I'm going to change this to 39, which is the lecture plus lab. I'm going to leave location and time blanks. I probably should say times TBD, not location TBD, since we don't know that information. Okay, so next up we've got instructor photo. So we've got this little table here, and this is where things get kind of buggy with Canvas, but we're going to give it the best try. So we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to input an image. And the way we're going to do that is going over again to the right-hand side. It's pretty much where you want to go if you want to do any kind of back-end work in Canvas. And here is things that you can input into your middle pane there. And we don't want links, we don't want files, we want images. And I'm going to choose upload a new image. And then accordion opens out. It's going to put it into the course files. I'm going to choose a file from my desktop, and I don't want any screenshots. I'm looking for, let's see, there we go, our image of Nikolai. He may not actually like this image, but for demonstration purposes, that's what he's getting. So we can see it appears here. It doesn't appear in the page yet because we have to upload it. And you'll notice it also has a limit of 50 megabytes, which is huge for a web file anyway. So you want to optimize any photograph that you put in for the web if it has not been done so already. Once I hit upload, keeping our fingers crossed, there it goes, pops in because I had my cursor right in the spot where it needed to go. Now it comes in at the size that it wants to come in, but you can click on it and make it a more respectable size. We don't want to overwhelm our students with our image. And by the way, we do want it to be an actual image of you. It can be a fun image, but the idea is that we want a sense of your presence. So, you know, don't use an avatar that isn't your smiling face, looking at the student, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, so name, we're just going to hopefully type correctly. And if I wanted that to, of course, go all the way out, I could pull on the edge of this edge of the table here. Contact information, and here you could put in whatever, as you can see, it gets a little tricky, whatever information you want the students to see. So I'm just going to put in email. So you could also put in the a phone number and you know, say that which one is your preferred method of contact, any little niceties that you want to put in there, your Google phone or something like that. That's where you would do that. All right, so just to make sure that we've got that, I'm going to go ahead and hit Update Syllabus. And we can see that that information has input correctly. So now for the rest of it. As you can see, I'm not going to put words in Nikolai's mouth, so I'm going to let him put in the welcome message to students. And you know, this is just a recommendation if you do have a bio or something you would like to send students, or put in some, you know, biographical information. Again, just kind of getting this sense of you as a person that students can connect to. So that's the thinking behind that. But we do need to add the syllabus in PDF form. So again, you would go into Edit Syllabus Description, select that, or you can either select that or you could just put a colon there, say downloaded syllabus. Here we want to attach that to an actual file. So back over on our right side, we go to Files. And if you're clever, you can pre-populate that with, you know, all the files that you need. Here we're going to go upload a new file. And I actually don't think I have that file as a PDF, so I'm not going to go through with it. In Word, you can choose to save out your syllabus as a PDF. In a pinch, you can put up a Word document. I don't think it's going to kill anything. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of that. Next up, course info. If you and or your student clicks on this, it's going to take you to the remaining pages of the syllabus. So I'm going to click on that. And we come to the course outcomes page. So the information that's in here, again, should stay here. And your outcomes for your course should be phrased in such a way that they would answer, or they would be the second half of the sentence. By the end of this course, you will be able to. That may not be the case at this stage of the game. I'm going to go ahead and click the Edit Page button. And I'm going to go back to the syllabus. And I'm going to look for the information. So it looks like we get goals and objectives. So none of these things are really goals and objectives. They're really more just topical information related to the course. So I think we need to come up with some goals and objectives for that. So I'm just going to ignore that for now, go back, and I'm just going to click cancel. And now we're in an actual module at this point, so we're going to see these next and previous buttons appear. If I hit next, the next page will be course details. Here we have 3 sections: course description, additional details, text, and bibliography. So going back to the syllabus, we can see that the text in bibliography, our text went out of print, so we're not using that anymore. So that's going to be a simple section. I think we're just going to direct people to their Creative Edge package where we have some suggested text for them to look at. Here's our course description. This should be exactly the same as what is in the course, the catalog, the expression catalog. I'm just going to do the old Command Z or Control Z if you're on a PC. Hit edit this page, and I'm going to replace that with paste in the proper description. There is sort of a tricky thing here in the way these headers are formatted with this pre-formatted. If you mess around, you can end up in kind of a buggy situation where each paragraph kind of picks up the formatting of the previous paragraph. So just know that it can get a little tricky and frustrating. So I'm going to go ahead and save those changes. And we can see that information popped up nicely. All right, now for the additional details section. I'm going to go back to, to the Word document, and here we're looking for this kind of stuff, things that are in your syllabus that are not covered by another section. So this will eventually be replaced by the schedule that is going to be dynamically created on your page. But for now, we'll go ahead and just copy and paste again. Okay, so back into Canvas and edit this page. I'm going to select the information we're replacing, paste in this table from Word, and it's got a lot of blank spaces in there. I'm probably going to go back in and clean that up, try to make it look a little better. One of the things that can be done right off the bat is maybe just turn these into headings. So right now they are listed as just bold text, paragraph text. You can see it's hard to select things. That would require going up here, and here we have a choice, heading 3 to pre-formatted. I'm just going to choose maybe heading 3 for demo purposes. It's a bit much, maybe just heading 4. And that's okay. I'm not going to bother to do that for the rest of them right now for these demo purposes. I'm going to go ahead and save my changes. And then we can see what's going on there. All right, the last bit is that text and bibliography, and as I mentioned, we're in transition in professional life skills with our text, so I'm going to leave that for now. But I will need to hit the next button for course policies and grading. And here we are back at that. So the information in brackets is what we would want to replace, and that's really only if there's something in your course that is not covered by the generic school policies, and we can see that there is a link to it there. So I'm going to go back to the syllabus because there is a little information in here that I think is important. We do put some extra emphasis on professionalism in professional life skills for obvious reasons. So I'm going to cut and paste that. Or rather, copy that. Go over to Canvas. Edit this page. And then the next bit that we need to fill out is grading. So I'm just going to go make sure my cursor is there under grading for ready to paste it in. All right, that's looking a little better. Now I'm going to go to syllabus self-assessment, and 10 times fast. That's quite a mouthful, but it's really just a quiz. And the reason why it's called a self-assessment is because quizzes have usually been used for teachers to assess students. But what what the research is showing is the best thing to do is to have the students assess themselves by using a tool that gives them instant feedback, such as a quiz. So even though it may not be great for grading, maybe you like it for grading, it's definitely a way to help students see how they're doing, what the pieces of information are that they need to fill in the gaps. So for the syllabus, we're also wanting to make sure that students read the syllabus and understand any key pieces of information in it that are crucial to their success in the class. So I'm going to go ahead and hit edit. I haven't done a quiz for a while, so this should be interesting. So on the quiz instructions, I'm going to go ahead and say you can take this quiz as often as you like, but it is required to take it once. This is not going to be a graded quiz, so I'm just going to call it a practice quiz. And I'm not going to apply a time limit. Shuffling answers is always good for fun. And I'm going to say allow multiple attempts and keep the highest score. Again, because this is not graded, it doesn't really matter. I do want the students to see what their quiz responses are and what the correct answers are. And I'm not going to populate this information. I think that's just once they've done the quiz, they can go ahead and see the answers. It's not like they're going to be cheating and telling their friends about what the answers are for a 3-question syllabus quiz. And we are talking about something, that short, 3 to 5 questions. So no restrictions on here. Here we can make it available at a certain point. and have it cease to be available at a certain point, due date, add all that information in there. That's sort of down the line a little bit. So now we need to add some questions. So back up here, the questions tab, and I think let's do new question. Forget how to use new question groups. And then you can type in question, and you can have various kinds of questions. Certainly for something like this, I don't think we need it to be anything elaborate. So let's do a true-false question. And I'm going to say your final for PLS includes a mock job interview. And that is in fact true. And we could change that to false if needs be. And I'm going to go ahead and leave that at one point. Update question. And then we can see it appear there. So you can keep adding questions as you want. And when you're done, save. Now we're looking at the home page in student view, which I'll show you how to access that in a moment, but you'll notice that when the student comes to the page, obviously once it's published they won't be seeing this, but this is sort of more or less what they will experience. They only have the two navigational elements here on the side. Try to keep things simple so they can't go wrong, but as your course expands, you'll probably maybe want to add other navigational elements, maybe let them access files. Students in more upper level courses are a little more sophisticated. You can probably add more and more stuff without them getting confused. And there's also a means of adding links to external sources in here, although I've yet to get it to work. So once you're in student view, I'm just going to go down here and do the click through. The idea is the student will initially go to the course info and see course outcomes. All of this information, though, is in the modules section. It is the first module, syllabus module. So course outcomes, course details, policies and grading, and the quiz are all listed out here. They can be accessed either by you or your students non-linearly. So I'm going to go down, and there's a bar down here that allows me to leave student view. And now we can see that we're back to regular view. So to see that student view, you go under settings and choose student view, this button up here. And that will pop you right to the home page, page 1 of your syllabus in student view. So that's about it for this project. I think I'll do another video about studying student outcomes next.